Okay.
Okay. Hi, Lily. How are you?
Hi. Hi, fine. And you?
Very good. Thank you so much for taking your time to talk to
Oh, no problem. It's fine.
us. Tell us quickly, where are you?
Right now, I'm in Hanover in the tennis space. I don't know if you know it, but it's an academy. So I'm in boarding school and far away from my parents. And yeah,
And you're playing lots of tennis.
yeah, a lot of nearly 2 or 3 times a day. So a lot of sports.
Perfect. Well, that's what you want. Getting ready
Yeah,
for it.
absolutely.
Yeah. So just for everybody, Lily, you have just signed a contract with a
Yes,
school and you will be going this fall. You will be going
right.
to Middle Tennessee, but we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But yeah, so we're just going to talk a little bit today about the whole process, about like your ideas of like why you wanted to go to the States and so forth. So we're just going to have I'm going to have a few questions for you, and you can
Great idea.
perfect, and you can answer them, and then yeah, hopefully you
I try. I try. I can't promise anything, but I will do my best.
I can do well. Okay, so first question from me to you is what inspired you to go to the US and play tennis?
Well, I visit with my family in San Diego, so I visit San Diego State, and then I was really impressed from the whole location, and it was just amazing. And
Mhm.
then I started thinking of playing college tennis because I mean I've played tennis in Germany, and then I thought maybe that would be a great idea. And then at a tournament, I met Thorsten Bert, a good friend of my brother, so we know him a little bit. And then I started talking with uniexperts, and then yeah, I found it was a great idea, and then yeah,
This
I
is
start the whole process.
great. And how did your parents react to it? Did you have
Well,
to did you convince them a little bit, or were they happy about that decision?
well, my father was said it's amazing. I really want to do that. That I really want that you do it. But my mother was Lily. You stay here in Germany. It's better if I have you here at home. Yeah, with my mother it was really hard. But my father said I really want that you do it, that you have the opportunity. And then I go to boarding school. So now it's like the same.
Right, you're already away from home, so is
Yeah.
that maybe a little bit the reason why your mom then said, okay, I'm gonna let you go because you're already gone from home now, or what made her
I would
decide?
say she know that I can handle it without them. So right here, maybe when I go to a doctor or something, I have to do it on my own. And I
Right.
think they were afraid that I cannot do it. So right now they know it, they know that I can do it. And it's for me, it's okay to be away from my family. I mean, I miss them, but it's okay. And I think it's great for them that I know that I can handle everything. So maybe that's the point, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, that's a huge point, and it is a big thing to be able to live on your own, and that's going to be a big step as well when you're gone and overseas, and the whole process of like living on your own. But you have time to adjust, and for our viewers, this is a big like in the first year in the US, you actually they give you a little bit of time to get used to the new life, to get used to the language, the new culture, and so forth. So academically, you don't have to take the hardest classes. They let you take general classes, which will be a huge advantage. And I love that concept of like having a little bit of time. The first year is academically easier. So it's just yeah, you'll see. And we'd love to hear when you're over there. We'd love to check in with you again and hear more from you.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I bet. I bet. So tell us a little bit how you prepare for the whole thing through like the whole process. Like how did you prepare to like work with us and work with the coaches and find a school?
Well, first of all, I will start thinking of what I need. So you told me in the first or second conversation that I had to do a lot of tests and a lot of work that comes when the uni said, okay, we want you. And then first of all, for me, the first step were the tests. So I first thought about how I'm going to crack this and how I want to learn with this and so on. Well, yeah, I would say these are the things because I and I also talked to some other players that work with you, so I know what the steps are and so on. So
Yeah.
I'm not so surprised of what's going on.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So there's actually quite a bit you have to do. You have to take the SAT test, the TOEFL test. You have to do a video and all that. So you went through all of it. What was the toughest part? Like what, like, did you find it hard to take the SAT, or what was the most difficult?
I would say, oh, that's a hard question because I'm really nervous before exams. I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and for me, the hardest thing was the SAT because you just have like this one chance because they're not really often in the year. And I think I learned really much for the SAT because I was so unsafe what's going on and something. So I would say SAT. On the TOEFL, it was like I didn't learn so much for the TOEFL, I have to be honest. So I was a little bit relaxeder. And the video was also a little bit, yeah, because during the game, you thought, okay, everything's on video. When you make mistakes, everybody will see it. So it was also a little bit stressful, but you can do it again, and that was okay. But I would say the SAT.
SAT, yeah. But with that being said, you can retake a SAT as well.
Yeah.
If you, and you're not the only one that gets nervous when they take a test. So that is the beauty about it. You can actually retake the SAT. So you take it, you get a feeling for it. And if you're not doing as well as you were hoping for, you just retake it. So that's a good thing to know. Maybe that'll take a little pressure away from people that are watching this and have to go through that whole process.
Yeah, I also repeated. So don't mind if
That's right.
you
Yeah,
if
I
your
did it
first.
twice. You did really, really well the second time. So
Yeah.
yeah, awesome. Good. And then so the next the next step was that we were looking for a school for you. We sent out your profile with the video and all that. And then interest came in. So tell us a little bit about your conversations with the coaches when you had a Skype call with the coaches. How was that?
Well, actually, it was pretty funny in the beginning because I was so unsure if I should call them or they should call me. That was a really hard question. Really, because I sit there at maybe, let's say, 6 p.m. and I was like, should I call them or gonna they call me or what's going on? Yeah, but
What
when
really happened? Did they call you or did you call them?
they call me, yeah, I didn't call anybody of them, so I just let them do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in my first, I realized my first conversation, I was really nervous. I watched everything that I can found from the university on the internet and find every information just to be prepared. But it was pretty easy because the coach just talks the whole time, and I was like just listening. And
Yeah.
I mean, I can ask him some question, but it wasn't like that he asked me, okay, tell me how many houses we have on campus or something.
Yeah. No, it's not a test. Absolutely not.
No.
That's a very good point you are mentioning here. They actually quite often, and I tell everybody, they're usually easy, like relaxed conversations because the coaches, they will just tell you all about the program, and they're usually really good characters, right? Like they're really fun and engaging, and they just want to promote their program to you. And then so they make that process really easy, and it's a lot less scary than kind of you probably thought at the beginning.
Yeah, and the point is that I have to understand that they want to convince me that I can come to them, and not that I have convinced them that I want to come to them. So really hard in the beginning. So
but
yeah,
that's
easy.
Yeah, that's perfect. But that's thanks to your tennis game as well. Like you have put in all the work. You're a good tennis player. So yes, you're very attractive to the coaches, and they want you. So a very good point as well. So how many coaches did you talk to about?
Well, I have to be honest, I had pretty much conversation, I would say. Nearly, I searched on my emails because I wasn't sure, but I think it was nearly 20, so I had a real lot of conversation. But there were a lot of conversations who we just met one time and we're just talking, but we didn't have a next conversation. So I would say nearly in touch. I was with, let's say, 6 colleges or something. So not so many, but I had a lot of conversations. But it was fine. Then I can practice a little bit and I can be more confident in this conversation. So it was completely fine. And I had so much.
Perfect. So at the end, you were like a pro at those conversations.
I wouldn't say pro, but I was definitely more relaxed. But it's really important that you maybe have some important information before you talk with the coach, because on one conversation I didn't check out like the website or something, and I was really confused of what he's talking right now. So yeah, in my opinion, it's pretty good just to know where the college is, how the players are, and maybe just check up some photos, because in my opinion, I saw the photos and I knew, okay, that could match from the personality. And sometimes I saw the photos and I was like, oh, no, not really. So that's really important.
Very good point. And we emphasize that as well. We always prepare for those Skype calls. They are, like, as we said at the beginning, the coaches will talk a lot, but they pick up as well. If you are prepared, if you know about the school, are you interested in the school? Because that's a huge part of that conversation. They want to know if you're interested in their school. And if you're not showing any interest, then they lose interest in you. Then they're like, well, no, we don't want a person on the team that doesn't really want to be here. We want someone on the team that really wants to be in this school, that matches well with the team and is excited. And so when you say like to prepare and so that the coach knows that you know about the school, that is a big thing. So thanks for bringing that up. That is
the problem is, it was just one thing that helps me a lot, even if you don't know what to talk during the conversation, because you have to talk a little bit. Because in the beginning, I was really scared to say something because my English is not that perfect, that maybe because I'm not a native speaker. So that helps you to come to the conversation a little bit and say something. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, and have some input. Yeah. So basically we're taking out of this that preparing for the Skype calls is a really important thing. So perfect. Now, you did in the end, so you did talk to Coach Tayo as well, which is the coach that was able to sign you. Tell us a little bit about that conversation and what was appealing to you about her, about like what made the difference that you decided to go with her?
Well, I have to be honest, we didn't talk a lot about tennis. So we just talk about general things. And then I was like, okay, great. There's a coach that just cares about me and not just about my tennis. So, I mean, I also talk with the other coach about, let's say, school stuff or whatever. But there was like, the personality was like on the same level, as you can maybe, understand. So, yeah, we have like conversations that you just have with good friends, I would say. And then I ask every coach the same question. I ask what type of coach you are, and I search for a coach that's funny and hard at the same time. So that was for me an important mixture. And she said exactly those two things, and then I was like, okay, I know we fit perfect.
That is great, and it is usually with a lot of players is like it's. I mean, there are many factors why you decide to go to a certain college, but a huge factor is, and especially for us girls, are we connecting with the coach? Are we in good hands? And that Tayo does a wonderful job with her whole team and the way she talks to them. And yeah, she's a great coach. And that's interesting that was the major factor for you to decide.
Yeah, but I have also, and my parents also decided with me, because I have like, I think 3 or 4 universities where I had gotten an offer and so on. And then I with my parents, I started to talk with the coaches, and then they say, okay, Lily, we know you, and we think that Tayo would be the best person for you. And also, I have to be honest, the scholarship was also very good. So then I say, okay, let's go, just sign it and have some fun.
That's right. Yeah, the whole package was right.
Yeah, the whole package, everything. In the beginning, I wasn't sure if Middle Tennessee is the state I want to go, like, but then I watched the campus, and I mean, it's amazing. So yeah.
That's right. Um, the, you actually did want to go to the campus and go visit
Yeah.
and have an on tour, like on campus tour with the coach. Now that that did not happen due to the coronavirus. Tell us a little bit how you then, like, how did you familiarize with the campus? Did she give you a virtual tour, or how did that work?
Well, it was a mixture of two facts. When we Skype, she always showed me a little bit about it, like, for example, the tennis facilities and so on. But she can't show me the real campus and everything. But it was a great idea for Middle Tennessee that I make, like, they call it customs. I don't know what it is in German, but it's a little bit a website where you can show around everything, and they explain you how's the food and how's living there, and you can ask them every time question, and also some students tell you a little bit about the life there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I know the campus really good already, even if I wasn't there. So that was pretty cool, I think. And also, like, the centers, they have different centers for academics, so where you can check up everything, and if you have some questions, you can text them every time and they answer 1 hour later. So it's perfect. And yeah.
Yeah. So you're well prepared. You know what's coming, or most of it anyways. We will never be able to cover everything, but sounds like you're very well prepared. What are you most excited about?
Oh, that's a great question. I think about the whole spirit, because I visited one time when I was in San Diego, a football college game,
Yeah.
and the feeling was amazing. And then, I mean, I'm on a big college. I think we have 22,000 students, so there's always a big feeling, I would say. So I'm pretty excited of what they do with all these, football games and maybe also tennis matches. So yeah.
Yeah. So the whole college spirit, that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very good. And what are you a little bit worried about?
I have to be honest, I'm a little bit worried about the coronavirus, because I don't know how the Americans deal with it, because I want, like, the typical college life. When you go out with some friends or something like that, and I'm not sure if this works right now as it usually works. Yeah, but I think in 1 year it will be normal. Oh, I hope it will be normal again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. And I have to be honest, maybe I'm a little bit afraid I will miss my family, because here I'm in Germany, I can visit my parents around the weekend or something. But when I'm in another country far away and I really can't go to them, I mean, that could be tough, but hopefully it works.
Well, luckily nowadays you have Skype and Zoom,
Yeah.
and whatnot, so you can kind of stay in touch that way. But that is true. That's a big thing, and that is for everybody. That's like almost everybody's homesick at one time. And
Yeah.
the thing though is the semesters are not super long. I mean, they are a little over 4 months, and then you can come home for a bit, and then you go for 4 months, and then you're home for the whole summer, and then you get to see your family again. So thankfully it's a little bit broken up, so that you
Yeah, a little bit.
come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last couple questions. Do you know where you're going to be living on campus?
I live in an apartment, so it's pretty far to the sports area, I think.
Okay.
I live together with another German girl from uniexperts, Liliana.
Okay.
Yeah, so we live in a flat or an apartment, whatever you want to call it. And it's pretty cool, to be honest, because you just have 2 bathrooms in one apartment. So you have also your own room, so you have enough space for you, but you live also together. So it's pretty nice.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What last question here. What are you going to study? Do you know already, or are you undecided?
I'm a little bit undecided between two different things. Maybe I want to study something with math. That would be like the science thing. Or
Yeah.
maybe I want to study something with psychology. That would be the other thing. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because I'm really interested in both. But I have 1 year to check up everything and show what's gonna be a good fit for me. So maybe I will find out in this 1 year what I'm gonna study, but we will see.
We'll see. And that's exactly another good point you're bringing up here. You do have a full year to decide what you want to study.
Yeah.
You don't have to go there to university and the first day of your university. You don't have to tell them what you want to study. You can look around, you can take different classes, look at the different departments, and then a year from now you can decide. And like you have two interests. What you could do is you could take a major in math, and that's the main study. And then you could take a minor, an understudy in psychology. So you can take all those psychology classes that you are interested in, but still you're getting your degree in math or in science and a minor in psychology. So it's actually a wonderful setup, the way they do it with
Absolutely.
with the different majors and minors, and to cover all kinds of interests that you might have. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This was so much fun.
No problem. Yeah, it was really funny with you.
Yeah, and I've always enjoyed working with you. So thank you to take your time to talk to us. And we'll check in with you when you're in Middle Tennessee and check in how you're doing. And we're excited.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Sounds good. Well, thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yeah, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.